Hello, my name is Gene Kim, and for my AccessHack project, I explored how we can make the process of inputting text onto your smartphones more accessible for people who are blind and have a mobility disability. Currently, the most common approaches for entering text into your smartphone non-visually all assume that you have two hands to work with. For example, Braille screen input is a super common and efficient way that blind people enter text on their smartphones, and it is based on the Braille system, which is a system composed of arranging six dots in different shapes, and each of those shapes represents a single English character or sometimes even multiple English characters. And Braille screen input essentially maps each of these six dots to one of your fingers. So you have three fingers on each hand, and they can touch the screen in various ways to type out the Braille symbols, the shapes of the Braille symbols onto your phone. However, this is obviously very exclusive to people who can only use one hand, or even our blind friends who can only use one or two fingers to type. And in fact, I myself, as a blind person, when I'm using my cane with my right hand and holding my phone in my left to look up instructions to get to my favorite restaurant or something, then I really only have one or two fingers to work with because the rest of my fingers are holding up the phone. So I propose Gesture Braille Keyboard, which essentially allows a user to draw out those Braille symbol shapes onto their screen. So this can be done in one of two ways. One is to draw the individual dots themselves, but the other way is to actually connect the dots and draw lines to actually form contiguous shapes or continuous shapes on the screen. And there are many different gestures that will be supported, such as deleting a character, deleting a word, advancing to the next word, to make some edits later on or earlier in the text. For all these different gestures, you can look at the design sketch I submitted with this project. For the evaluation step, we are going to run more co-design workshops. So I called two of my friends who use one hand for reading Braille, and we brainstormed these gestures, but we want to make that more formalized and expansive. So actually getting people's feedback from the get-go rather than just coming to them for feedback at the very end. And then once we have our system, after some iteration, we are going to run user studies where we're going to train people how to use GBK. And then we're also going to ask them to perform typing tests, so we can test them for both accuracy and speed. And it's important that our population includes people who are both two-handed Braille readers and one-handed Braille readers. So that was a summary of my project. I hope you enjoyed.